come on up.
Let's begin the meeting. Thank you all for being here today. I trust everyone has reviewed the agenda and Huffington Post's review on our recent seminar. But before we start discussing solutions, I would like to look at the agenda that we have for today. So Yuxi will be reviewing this recent seminar, and then Kristen will be talking about what were the problems. And then Jack will be helping us through to find the solutions, and then we'll be assigning the tasks for the next seminar.
Last seminar in Minnesota, we mainly focused on revealing the truth about misconceptions of food labeling and how they can be deceiving. The main points are discussing the labels such as non-GMO, gluten-free, and all nature. But honestly, these contents are really good. One is to the public. However, although we tried our best to deliver our message to the public, it seemed that the seminar was not received well by the folks. So today we're going to discuss the remaining seminars and make decisions whether or not we should continue the project. Personally, I really hope we can continue this project because I know how much effort everyone puts into it. But at the same time, I clearly understand our organization's financial statements. So after this meeting, I will participate in fundraising for our organization and keep taking care of the nonprofit by ensuring prudent use of all assets. If it's necessary, I will give a personal financial donation. I'll also attend some public events to deliver speech and see if we can still find some potential donors or people who are still willing to join our membership. Moreover, I will try to contact the ones who canceled our membership of the Earthworm, and I really hope I can persuade them to rejoin our membership and support us again. If I couldn't persuade them, at least we should know the reasons why they did so. Therefore, I'll do everything to help the team to go through this tough time. So just please keep the confidence to our project and ourselves.
Definitely.
I agree that we need to reach out to the members that canceled their memberships and see what they really thought was the problem. Personally, I know, which I pointed out in the email, a lot of people did cancel their memberships, and as you talked, we received a lot of donations from these people. One of our corporate donors, I heard, is very upset with the seminar and is not going to be donating to us anymore, which we need to really decide what we're going to do from here on out. I know this weekend I'm planning on being in Chicago and in Madison, so I guess we should just look at the contents and see what we need to do. I think part of the problem is that people don't want to hear that the products that they're buying aren't, worth the money that they're spending for it. A lot of these labels, they show up and it's like, oh, this is healthy, but it's healthy compared to something that's horrible for you. It's not actually good for your body. And so, obviously, if it's something that you eat all the time and you hear that, you're not gonna want to accept it. Well, why would you? So, I think that was one of the biggest problems.
Well, changing people's perception on this will be very hard. And if we end up spending unnecessary amount of money and people's perception still doesn't change, then I don't exactly see the point of going through with these seminars then.
But one of our goals as EarthLearn is to educate the people. And so,
if
can't
people are
just
not
cancel.
willing to be educated in this subject matter, then there's no point. You're just spending money, you're wasting money now.
But we've only gone through one seminar.
Yeah.
These other cities might be
However,
different.
we've seen from the visual that the projected number of people that will be attending the next 4 seminars have decreased substantially.
But that's
So-
just potential. We could use social media platforms, put out new information, do some sort of encouragement for people to show up, bring in another speaker as well, and see how those numbers turn around. If they turn around, I think we should, just see how it goes.
Yeah, I agree. I think that here's some possible ways we can go about this. I see both your guys' points, and I understand how you want to give up on this idea maybe, or I know that at the same time maybe I can convince you to kind of, see, take things and then maybe we can improve. But I think we shouldn't just give up on it right away. I think that we can, make the next steps forward. So instead of just, canceling the seminar, I understand where you're coming with that, but I think we can also just maybe try and like revamp materials, or maybe even introduce a new speaker, and kind of that will maybe engage with the audience in a different way. And then maybe we could even develop some case studies of some sort, where we could go a little further and really see, study the issue. Because like you were bringing up some valid points of the issues, and I think that if we take it maybe maybe if we prepare a little differently and see kind of, really look at our material and our, what we took in, and see how we can change it in that way. And then you kind of Kristen brought up with the social media. I think, having social media and, really getting out to the public in a different way can change people's minds, because, a lot of this world is around social media right now. So I think if we kind of go in if we take those steps for a solution, I think we can maybe try that. What do you think about that?
I mean, even if we do bring in more people and like different guest speakers,
Sure.
the thing is, it's going to cost more money. 2, not many people are going to be coming for the next one, because like we have such a negative review on Huffington Post. It's all over social media, as you have already said.
Sure. Yeah.
So we have to change our image somehow.
Hey,
and that's going to like...
Sorry, one sec, Asha. Excuse me, Kristen?
Yeah.
Can you pay attention? You guys were just
Sorry.
arguing about this. Yeah, can you just pay attention? Your Asha's bringing up good points, and so did you. So she listened to you. Can
Sorry.
you just listen?
Sorry.
Is that fine?
Yes.
Thank you. Good. All right. Keep going, Asha. Sorry about that.
Thank you. So it really doesn't make sense unless if we already use social media before our next seminar, because we have to change people's perception of us and this company in general, and also the seminar. So like, I think
Yeah, I
it's
get you.
going to be a waste of money if we don't use social media beforehand.
True.
Here's the thing though, is that our next seminar is 3 days away. And so if we cancel now, we're going to have to refund everyone who's bought tickets for this. But we're also going to receive a lot of backlash, because people are going to be like, oh, their first seminar went bad and they just gave up. Like,
But
that's
if our
true,
first
too.
seminar already went bad, then we need to do something to make sure that our next seminar isn't as bad without wasting as much money.
I mean, I agree with that, but time is just against us right now.
But like, if we already know that the first seminar went bad, this one's just is going to go just
But-
as bad.
How many people do things perfectly on their first try?
But if people already perceive us like they don't want to like even accept that what they've been eating is not healthy because they've done it for all their lives, as you had said before, then it's going to be like, I'm not gonna go again. And I have already gone once. I'm not gonna go again.
What if
And
What if we get someone like a food science nutritionist, one of
This
the
is it.
professors at the
science
university?
nutritionists do a little talk that we have streamed live on Facebook or something
Yeah.
before the seminar.
Yeah, that's good thinking.
So I do have a good colleague of mine that works at the university. Maybe I can send her an email right after this meeting, see if she'd be able to do something quickly in the next couple days.
So let me write that down.
Our only problem is if she can't, if that doesn't work, then we need a backup solution.
Yuxi, do you have any other solutions in mind?
Yeah, that's why I decided to like participate in the fundraising, and also I'll try to persuade some people as soon as possible.
What if we go to Chicago the day before and we just take these products out onto the streets and record and inform people that way, record their responses and how they feel about what we're telling them. And then if it's positive, we can use that at the seminar on Saturday.
Yeah, that could be good.
mean-
Definitely.
People do that all the time. You see
Yeah.
it on TV shows all the time. News reporters will just go up and talk to people on the streets and ask for their opinions. And that's some of the most well-perceived feedback, so
How do you feel about that?
I mean, if so many people have already like canceled their membership for us, then think about how many people in like just the streets will think, I don't want to be proven wrong.
But you gotta realize some people are gonna be like, oh wow, that's actually really interesting. I'm gonna change my eating habits now. Which maybe they're not gonna change their eating habits, maybe they just don't care. But the point is we
It's
still need
still-
to let them know that these popping up and saying like healthy or low sodium, low fat, like it's
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 like,
a marketing scheme.
It's
Yes.
also something that, like, if you think about it from a financial perspective. So if you're from a family that is really used to, like, buying one of those goods which are, like, low sodium or whatever, and then suddenly we say,
Oh, no,
that's not true,
But I'm
and
not
you
saying-
have to, like, use something like this because the food labeling is lying to you.
I'm not
then
saying
it's
don't
like-
buy it. It's the point of the seminar is not to say to not buy it. It's just to inform that these labels are.
But then people are going to be like, I needed to change my lifestyle and my spending habits so that I can live healthier because now I have to live with this self-conscious that I am not eating properly or healthy.
I mean, some people will think that way, and maybe that was part of the problem with the last seminar. Is I did gear it more towards don't buy these products because they're not good for you. But maybe if I take it more of an approach of, hey, this is what's going on. This is how it is. Like, you can still buy it, you can still eat it if you enjoy it, but I just want you to know that these labels are misconceptions and deceiving, and like just because it says low sodium doesn't mean it's low in sodium. It's just lower in sodium compared to another product. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I still feel like people will like end up thinking I have to buy this product now and it's going to be more expensive. And then people are going to be like, no, I can.
because we're comparing apples to oranges, not apples to apples.
How so?
So like, we're not comparing two of the same products. We're comparing like, okay, so like say popcorn is healthier than like potato chips, but they're two totally different products.
Oh, I see. But like, I'm still not sure how like positively it will be received on the streets.
I mean, I understand that. That was just an idea too. Because, I mean, I know I'm a paid member of this organization, but I'm willing to do that without any hours just to see how it does, see how the public receives it.
I mean, if we only have 3 days and we are planning on doing that mini live on Facebook with that food scientist,
If that doesn't go through, if that doesn't work.
if that doesn't work, then
Well,
so like, how will we know that we will have to do that Chicago street thing?
if she can't do the Facebook Live in the next couple days, I'm going to email her right after the meeting. So I'll know by tonight. Because me and her are really close, so she'll
So
respond to me.
So this Facebook post would be almost like a backup plan for if it doesn't go well with your contact? Is that what you're saying?
The Facebook post is the contact,
Okay,
but if that doesn't go through, then we'll try the Chicago street.
sure. Oh, that makes sense. Sorry, yes, I misheard you.
Because I mean, I'm gonna be in Chicago a day early anyways, so why not?
Yuxi, would you how many other people will you be able to like contact?
There's still like 10 more. Besides that 10, I will try to contact all of my colleagues all of my like business partners as well. So
Okay.
Are they like on board with this specific topic? Because I know it can be pretty controversial.
yeah, exactly. Some of them are like college professors I can contact with, so they are very professional. Probably they can help us as well.
Are they willing to donate?
I think so. I will try to persuade them to join our membership as well, of course.
Because the thing is, if we invest this much money in like before the next seminar and during the next seminar, the thing is, if we still don't get positive feedback, then our revenues will decrease, and that will also cause cutting out this entire seminar program to begin with. Like, we'll have to downsize the company. You do understand, right?
Yes, but part of our mission is to provide research-based education programs and to do these educational seminars to let people know and to help them make smart and healthy consumer decisions. So
But if
we're
they're not
going
listening
against our
to begin with,
mission.
then why
Huh?
waste? If they're not going to listen to begin with, then why waste?
That was just one seminar.
But if the next seminar and our like pre-seminar Facebook Live or Chicago Street thing doesn't work, that is also time investment and it also is a financial investment.
So then we'll need to meet again next Monday to see how to go around this.
But I mean, if it's not working, then why try to like revive something that's already dead.
We've only tried once.
Technically, by then we'll have tried 3 times.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of. Oh, so we were doing so good.
Does anyone else have any other ideas?
I think that you guys both bring up valid points, and I think that we should. I think we should keep moving forward, and I know that financially it's going to be a risk, but I think personally I think we should take that. I mean, you don't think so? You still are. I know you're still teetering on it, and I see where you're coming from, but I think we should try and figure out some solutions.
Staff here. I really love the staff, but the thing is, if our revenues decrease, then I'm gonna have to let people go, and I don't want to do that. And the people who are going to be cut first are in this seminar program.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if our next seminar does go well, we'll get new donors.
That is true, but still, it's a risk.
Well, actually, I've seen this organization through several difficult times in the past, but we still survived from this dilemma, so.
I mean, yeah, we're still here.
Mhm.
I've done how many seminars?
How many?
Over 100. And I've been with this organization for like 8 years. The longest of anyone here.
Congrats.
Thomas Edison once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that don't work." If he
And
would have
if we
given
tried
up,
10,000
if he would have
ways,
given up, we
bankrupt.
wouldn't have a light bulb.
We would go bankrupt by then.
It's just we need hope.
Okay, so fine, let's try out the pre-seminar and the seminar 2, and then
Okay.
we'll meet up again.
Yeah.
So
Let's-
I'll contact the professor right after this meeting, which we need to wrap up quickly anyways. I'll forward you guys her response, or I'll just CC you guys in the email. We'll see what she says. If that doesn't go well, then I will start